Hi, everyone. It's Linda from Linda's Ease in Arlington Heights, Illinois, welcoming you to our Thursday morning coffee and video about some cute little sewing techniques that I think are fun and easy. I know many of you come in later, so I hope you'll really have some good, I always say if you get one good idea, you know that it's been worthwhile. This is a project that I think will really help you. How many times have we had a friend or a neighbor or somebody, and you just hear about the same day or the day before, it's their birthday? And it was on your calendar, but you didn't check it, or it was on your phone, but it just didn't beep or whatever. And now you're kind of like, oh, gee, I wish I had something for them. This is one of the cutest little ideas. It's a tote bag, and I'm actually going to do another video a little later on filling that tote bag with all of the happy birthday ideas. And this is I think one of the best CDs. Well, it's a USB stick that Oklahoma Embroidery Designs (OESD) has put together for their embroiderers and sewers. I'm also using something from Kimberbell that I think will really be fun to show you. The actual bag is this little one that Kimberbell has. The straps are already made. The bag is ready to go. And you can see the wonderful thing about this is the bag is open. So I'm going to turn it around and you can see I've already started this. I've been doing it on a multi-needle. You could easily do this on a single needle. You can see it's going to go up like this, and then it's going to be a little tote bag, and it's going to say the happy birthday here. And then on this side, of course, it's going to also say happy birthday with the candles. In the bag, we're going to fill it up with all kinds of fun things. And the great thing about doing something like this is that you can make this ahead of time. It can be for anybody. You can have it all ready to go. You can make 3 or 4 of these and just have them in your little basket ready to go for somebody who needs it. The great thing about OESD is that they have something called their Spree Club. I actually bought their Spree Club. I love it. This little design is called, it's a Birthday Wishes is the name of the USB. You can go ahead and just get these designs that I have laid out here on the table, or you could do the entire year, which is I believe it's $7.99 right now. And that includes everything. Everything that OESD makes is included in the Spree Club. And this particular group is called Scissortail. I think it's kind of fun. It's young. It just has really soft, wonderful colors. And it would be a great birthday gift to have all ready for somebody or to do for somebody that's coming up if you're very organized. One of the things that I do when I do some of these ideas for birthday gifts is I print the designs out first, the pages. You can see they come on the USB stick, the designs. This is a little booklet that shows the designs that are, and sometimes not all the designs are on here. You can see there's a lot on either side, back and front. The numbers are just really darling. They would be great for tablecloth or table runner. One of our customers in the store has made, I haven't seen it finished yet, but it's almost done, her quilt blocks, and they're similar to what is on the ironing board. I think it's about that size. And she's doing, I think it was every other one. It was a happy birthday quilt. Now, who wouldn't love to have that? So I think it's something that, a lot of people don't think about, and, they just see the design and don't think what else they can put with it. So I hope you'll give that some thought. I think it's just a wonderful idea and something that many of us could do very easily. So let me show you how simple it is to do. I have taken this design, and wouldn't this be cute on a child's shirt too? This one says, hip, hip, hooray, it's my birthday. Might like it on my own. My own shirt today is a very subtle shirt. I don't know if you can get that up close because I'll turn around too. I've just taken a linen jacket that very simple linen jacket, just a little straight. I think it's a little something jacket. And you can see it's a little shell that I put the same monochromatic color. And then I'll turn around and you can see on the back, and again, this was done with a monochromatic color. So it's not heavy embroidery. It's real soft. It gives you kind of a designer look. And I think it would just add so much to any garment. Even if you didn't make the garment, it would be just great on a ready-made. So let's get started with how to do this. I took the USB stick. Now there is a little design. Here's a folder. If you are a Spree Club member, you will get once a month a wonderful little video, like, I mean, a little packet like this. And in the back, it shows there were birthday wishes, butterflies, Cynthia Frenette, Lori Nowan, lots of luck, Cup of Stitch, Stand Tall, Tiny Treasures. And this happens to be for February of 2021. The design itself, the happy birthday, the birthday wishes, can be purchased separately. And we do sell that, so you can just call our store or write in on support. And it might be on our website. I'm not sure. If it isn't, we'll definitely get it for you. So I took the USB stick out. It comes in this little packet. And I put it into the machine over here. And you can see what I'm going to do. I want to show you right start to finish how you would put this in. Now, if you have a multi-needle machine, then of course what you would want to do is you would want to put it in your multi-needle. And because these stitches are, it's pretty long, and it was very easy to be able to do that. You know, a sewer can never not do that. I see a loose thread on here and I want to get it off. So let me show you what we start. We put the USB stick in. They all come in as OESD. I take a magic marker and write the month that they've come in, and that way I know I can where if I lose it, I've got a whole bunch of sticks. I know where they're from. So this shows you right on here that this is a USB, and it's a little symbol of it. And I want to go in and find the birthday wishes, which is right up here. You're going to touch that. Then I'm going to touch the designs. And now all of the formats come up for any embroidery machine that you would happen to have. I hit PES because that is the design that works well with Brother. I'm going to go ahead and put this happy birthday on the one that I first started with because I think it's kind of fun to see. Now, one of the things you'll notice on mine, I'll show you when I'm finished, I thought the black was a little too stark for these real soft colors. So there's gray, these are gray and white checks. So I put a dark gray in place of the black. And you can do that yourselves. You can change anytime you want, whatever color you'd like to interject. Now I'm going to go ahead and set this. I could put it into memory right away, but I'm not ready to do that because of the fact I want to do something to this. So I'm going to hit the set, and then do you see these little icons here? It says size. I want to make that bigger. I've got a nice big tote bag. I want to be able to make it as big as possible, and see the arrows going out everywhere. So I'm just going to put it, I think up there looks really good. Now I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to set it or end edit. And then before I finish it, this little icon over here that says, it's got the little flower, the stitching around it, I want to hit that because I want to be able to put a basting stitch all the way around. I think that'll hold it a little bit better, and it'll just look nicer when you're ready to do it. Now, I'm going to show you, I know what I'm going to do on this, but you might not know. If I'm going to go ahead and put this on the, and Nick, are we back on the, this one? Because I want to show it on the actual machine. What's so great, this happens to be the Babylock Valiant. And if I go and put this in like this, and this machine, and let's put it right the way it is here. And this is going on happy birthday. It'll sew happy birthday towards the bottom. Okay, now what if it wasn't and I had to rotate it? So I would get it to, so it's not at the bottom, but it would be at the top. You can go ahead and take this rotate. You've seen me do this before. And you see how I now could do this at the top, and it would go the other way. You see what I'm saying? That's a really important thing to have on a sewing machine. I'm going to bring it back because I want to be able to put it that way. So if this weren't the bottom, say the bottom went this way, I want it to go this way because I want that design facing down so that when I go ahead and close this tote bag up, it will look, the design goes here, and the design goes here. And see how easy this is to do because this tote bag is open. I didn't have to finagle and try and get it in under the open arm or anything. It was just a real simple thing to do. And if I needed to rotate it, I could have done it in any way possible. Like for instance, if I go back and I pull up another design out of here that is your birthday wish, and I want to go ahead and do a, let's try the one that we did here. Now this is the little happy birthday, and you see how it comes in there? I'm using the 2 big hoops, but you see how it's going sideways? I do not want that design to sew that way. I want it to sew so the top is up the top of this tote bag, and the bottom is at the bottom fold of the tote bag. And if I were to leave it the way this was, I would have that bottom of the gift facing out this way, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it, I'm going to size it, I'm actually going to make it larger. Oops, I made it small, I want to make it larger. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that basting as we talked about, the little thing right there. So now I'm going to baste around it because that'll hold it on, and I'm going to tell you why that's important in a minute. And now I'm going to rotate it. Now I won't have to rotate this. So if I went that way, that's not the way I want to go. So I want to go this way. So this is the top of the tote bag, and this is the bottom crease of the tote bag. See how easy that was? I know it's sounds a little complicated, but it really isn't. It's very, very easy to do. Now it's all set up and ready to go, and your colors and everything are done. One last thing I want to show you before we stop. This is very important. You've heard me talk about this Perfect Stick a lot, and the Perfect Stick is really a wonderful product for something like this. And I can show you the first one that I did. I've done this on lots of videos, but I think it's really important to repeat it so that you can understand it. You can see this is what was in the hoop. This is the sticky part right here. I laid the tote bag down on the sticky part. I have done this so much that I do know how to hold my threads, and I do know how to stick it and place it on so easily. But I really recommend that most of you put a basting stitch, like I said, around it. And I'll tell you the reason. On one of these, and I think it was this one, when I didn't get it exactly as flat as I wanted to, and the needle thread broke a couple of times. And that tells me right away it wasn't tight enough. And the basting thread will really hold that if you put that basting stitch around there. So this is what I put on the hoop. Now, when I put it on the hoop, it had these pieces of paper on it. I took my wonderful little seam ripper that I use for many things, and I crossed it this way and that way. And then I just take the little clip, pull it off, get rid of all those extra papers, throw them away. I wanted to show you, that's why I kept it. And then when I'm through embroidering on it, I just pull this off. But what else do I have that all of you know that is really important to do when you're doing something like this, whether it's a garment, a quilt, or whatever? You see what I have on the top here? See that? I left it on because I wanted you to see it. Now, this is the water-soluble topper. See how I'm pulling that off? Very important that you... Now, most of that came off, but if it didn't, I'm going to take my little spray bottle, which I'm going to grab over here and come right back and show you. This is really a key, important thing. And I love how Joanne from one of our vendors made one and put it. I guess we're going to be able to sell these pretty quickly too. So you spritz this, you take a towel, pat it, and you're all set and ready to go. Now, many of you ask me that, say to me, well, I don't have that great big machine like you have. I have a smaller machine. I don't have a camera. I have nothing to make sure I know it's in the center. Get yourself one of these bone, I know, Nikki, you say it a different way, the French way. Boom. It's a wonderful marking pen and pencil. It's chalk. And I love the dark because it can go on, and it's got the dark on one side. Let me pull I had it out here. So, and of course on here, you're not going to see it on the white, but you can see if I put it on here, You'll see it here, and it comes right off. I can take an eraser like that and it'll come off, but it's a wonderful little marking pen to show you where the middle of your design is. You can use a template. There's lots of things to do, but that's really one of the most important things. So I think that's it. I had a couple of other tools. I brought my scissors out here because I happen to have these. These are just wonderful Ginger scissors, and I know we have a in August. There's this coming. I think it's August, September. We have a new scissor that's coming out from Ginger. They come out with limited editions, and then you can't get them anymore. So when you see one of these, grab them. I love my little red, white, and blue. And these, I think we still have some. These are wonderful, wonderful little scissors to use when you're doing. And then I love the Ginger curved. When you're doing a large embroidery like this, that curved thread, because you can see, as I was saying, there was a little thread that was still hanging on to one of these. Now I can get it when I'm out here. You can see this little thread is going to be real easy to cut off here. But if I were underneath the hoop, I couldn't do that. So that's why that curved scissor is so nice to go in there and use. I hope this has helped you a little bit in giving you some really fun things. The water-soluble topper. I buy the bigger ones. As you most of you know, I buy that hoop. Do you see why this is important to buy the big one? You could buy a small one, but the smaller ones you're wasting because you saw the piece that I put out here, and all I had to do is cut across a little small piece, and I was able to save all of this. I could even reuse part of this if I wanted to. I love these towels, and that's what I'm going to do but I'm going to do something fun with them. So you can see, you can use them for wine holders. I mean, there's just a lot of great ideas that we're doing here. The most important thing that I want you to think about is do one of these. Don't just listen to it. Get yourself, literally you could be doing this even on a multi-needle and get it done in an hour, and you could have done doing other things while it's sewing. So inspiration, I hope. And everyone, again, thank you so much for supporting our store. We have our online products that most of these products are online. If not, you need to call and they certainly will get them for you. I truly appreciate all of your, those of you that are really taking, real interest in these videos, because again, I'm going to say it over and over, we can produce more as long as you're watching. And if you don't like something, you like something, let us know. I would love to hear from you. You can always, get a hold of me personally, put it in our support at Linda Z's. It will get to me definitely. And just have a great week. Thank you again, and see you next Thursday morning.